Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. We're located just down the street from the Strip and all the shiny, fancy lights. You come here on vacation, you want to see something special. We've got classic cars, antique cars, exotic cars, you name it. Come on by here and maybe you'll go home with something. Today we have to offer the 1988 Porsche 911 Turbo. Now, I could geek out, but I don't have time to geek out today. But this is one of the most favorite automobiles of mine as I was growing up as a little kid. Even in the 70s, they kind of sort of look like this as well. And this is about as dreamy as it gets, folks. 88 turbo, black interior, black car. It's in incredible shape. Just under 48,000 miles on the odometer. And it's for sale here at Celebrity Cars. We just had it all shined up. It's all ready to go. I think in a couple of little cracks and crevices and stuff like that, we might find some leftover polish or wax residue and so on and so forth. But other than that, I mean, folks, wow. You don't get an opportunity to get your hands on one of these very often. And here's your opportunity. If you live in Las Vegas, well, geez, come on by. This has got to be up on everybody's collector. What do you call that? It doesn't matter. But look, I'm your living, breathing condition report guy. Bucket list, that's it. I'm your living, breathing condition report guy. I'm going to tell you where all the scratches are and all the chips may be and so on and so forth. And luckily enough here, we don't have a whole lot, folks. I don't think there's any dings in this automobile. If there is, we'll find them together. There's not many rock chips up front because this car's been incredibly taken care of. The undercarriage is real sharp too. Hopefully we get to a video of the undercarriage sometime soon. But anyway, so black has always been really difficult to go over and show on film. And so what I'd like to tell you is that this whole entire existing black paint job currently is out of 10. I'm going to give it a real good boy for an 88. I don't know if this car's ever been repainted or not. It might have been. I really don't have any way of telling. I'm not that guy. I could just really focus on what I do have in front of me. And I'll tell you, folks, this paint and you know, just under 48,000 miles. If this is all original, it's absolutely outstanding, and I'd give it a good 9 out of 10. We do have normal road wear up front here, folks. It's just little itty bitty stuff. The windshield, you can tell that it hasn't gone 8 gajillion miles an hour and got the windshield all pitted up. There's a reason that there's no pits on the windshield and there's not many marks on the nose. It's because this wasn't driven recklessly, or you know, nobody wanted to beat this one up, that's for sure. Because I've got some really good light here, we'll start here with this front fender and we'll work our way around to the front of the car. I don't believe there's any curb rash on any of these wheels, so we're in good shape. They all seem very original OG wheels, and I've got nothing bad to say about them. The black is still black. The polished aluminum around the edges is still in real nice shape. I don't see any deterioration of any kind. We'll go from wheel to wheel, but this front driver's side wheel, we're really in good shape with. I want to also, Quincy, you know, everybody wants to see, you know, this stuff. This is the pain in the butt stuff. This is on here real good. This rubber's all in fabulous shape. And as far as I can see so far, that left turn signal right there is, it's super, super sharp. All along here, we have no rock chips. We don't have any scratches. We have a little bit of dust. Welcome to dusty Las Vegas. Down here along the bottom, this rubber piece all the way across the bottom is all straight. It's all intact. And I don't feel a warble anywhere. All the way down here towards the bottom. Folks, all this down here towards the bottom is still nice and black. There's not a whole bunch of rock chips thrown up on it and left a whole, you know, plethora of little chips all the way down the side of the car. And it's really, really, really in super shape. Every once in a while I'm going to do that, folks, and I'm doing it with my fingers, and I should have a rag in my hand, so let me just grab the rag. Wet it down just a little bit, just in case I run into anything. I wonder if it's a chip or not. Okay, so again, it's difficult to do black, folks, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell if some things are little itty bitty chips or just a little bitty piece of wax stuck in what might be a very mild mark. But let me tell you, I've already rated this paint and I'm not going back on it. There might be a real small chip right there. There might be a real small one right there. I don't even want to call them chips. They're so darn small. I continuously feel like I could wipe them off. But they're not going anywhere right now. So I'm going to have to trust that it's a very, very, very small chip. Now, if I stand back here, I need to be very clear with the reflections, the lights in the showroom here. If you're outside, no one's going to see those unless they get up here and they do this. There's no ding in this door. I'd like you to check out the reflection. I'm looking at myself right now. I could see over Quincy, and it is mirror. It's not wiggly. It's not fogged. It's a mirror reflection off of this car. Down here, this is where you kick up tons of crap as well. That's why this is kind of here for a little bit of protection. This has been a very famous spot for Porsches to get chips and things from flying up along the side of the car. This piece is in unbelievable condition. And right above it are really, really faint, normal road wear, but you can barely see it. You can barely see it. I see a couple scratches of getting in and out of the car here, doing one of these things with your fingernails. It's very mild, and I know that that can be polished up and cleaned up. I do have a small chip here. It's had paint chip stuff put on it. They did a very good job, and if you weren't looking for it, you'd never see it. Once again, well, actually not once again. I mentioned the lights in here at celebrity cars, and the reason why we do all these filming inside is because outside you get too many reflections. You can't see things, you miss things. You guys buy a car, you call, so hey, you missed this. I do the best I can with what I can see, and we found that the skylights, although a cloudy day in here, the skylights and the new skylights and the new lights in here really are like magnifying glasses, especially with black. This whole back fender here, folks, to see a whole area right here with not even a clear coat mark is really something. It's just a very sexy spot of the car right here. Down here across the bottom, we get back into the rubber, and it's all, man, it looks like just the other day it was put in here. A little bit of dust in some of the gills here, if you will. But other than that, this is all in terrific shape, all the way across the bottom here. All right, a little dust left over. Okay, if you could please notice all the way around the back, the exhaust system looks incredible. I have cleaned all the way across the bottom here. When we get the undercarriage video going, you'll be able to see underneath here and you'll see how nice it is. This whole plateau on top of the back bumper back here, I'm pushing some dust along, is in absolutely beautiful shape. Might be a little difficult to see on camera, I'm not really sure, because it's a little shady over here on this side. There's a small blip in the paint right here. Okay, so a small blip in the paint right there. I'm gonna say there's a small mark right here. This whole back surface back here where the turbo is, this whole plane back here is in beautiful shape. The rear bumpers have never backed in anything. Actually, that I've never known. There's no marks on these rubber bumpers. Do they look brand new like they were replaced yesterday? No. Do they look old? No. They're in wonderful shape. Crazy. All of this plastic back here is in just fabulous shape, the taillight lenses. Man, this is an incredible car. Once again, the rubber over here is in super shape. All the way around this bend is terrific. I'm working my eyes back up this rear passenger side fender. Not a ding, not a blip. All down here is in beautiful shape. I never looked at that wheel back there, but I'm pretty sure this car doesn't have any curb rash on it. I don't really have to worry about that. A little bit of goop here and there, but other than that, no curb rash. Okay, continuing on. All this rubber molding down here is in good shape. Every once in a while, folks, I'll see a little bit of road wear down here. That's some wax, so that's gone. I'm gonna take the wet end of this and wipe down here towards this bottom. And that's just another bug. Barely any scratches, barely any road wear down here. It's all in really great shape. Once again, this rubber over here on this passenger side is in great shape as well. So, and let's see if we have any chips getting in and out. Not one chip along this door here, like the one small one that was on the driver's side. And your front passenger side wheel and tire looks just as good as the rest of them. No dings, no scratches. Now, let me just define something here real quick. The reason why I keep bringing up black and how hard it is and all that kind of stuff to do. Every once in a while in the clear coat on this car, or just in the clear coat, if there was a gouge or, screwed like rock, whatever, of course I'd tell you about it. But we are going to get there are a couple little marks in the clear coat that, could possibly be shined out. We did just shine this car up. The little micro-sized clear coat scratches that are on this car are very, very minor. You've got to be really picky, and it's very difficult to ever find a black car without some of them on it. So just wanted to let you know that there are some of those things. There aren't anything, big enough for me to point out. Except, I will do it here. Come on over here, Quincy, if you could. Over my right shoulder, down here. We haven't talked about this hood yet. If you could see, like right here, there's I got to wiggle my head around to see it in the light. But and the fancy camera here is probably really picking up probably a little more than needs to be, because it just looks really bad on film, and I don't want it to look like that. But there is a small chip in the hood right here, and there is a small chip right here. So this one's got touch-up paint on it. This one seems to have been left bare for the time being. But there is one right there, and folks, to be honest with you, I didn't even catch that until now. It's only because I'm walking around dissecting this paint, which again, could get me in a little bit of trouble because it's such a beautiful car. This is totally car show ready, and if this is any kind of original paint, well then, these little itty bitty things are laughable. Okay. Continuing with the front end here, because we haven't done the front end yet. This is where you find the most wear, if you will, from just driving it down the road. And Quincy, if you could show like over my right-hand shoulder, unless you don't need to move at all, I'll kind of move my hand around here. There's a stupid small one there, one up there, a couple up here, there, here, one there. I don't really see a whole lot over here except for some dust. So, I mean, folks, I can't tell you how clearly, how important it is that this is very normal. I'm sure if these marks weren't on it, it was because it's never been driven or it was just painted, and it would be worth a lot more money. So, there you have it. So, if you can understand my method of explaining this black color to you. Folks, this whole front part of the bumper here, it's got there's a little clear coat deals here and there, a couple extra little marks, but they're so minor and they're so hard to see. There's one right there. Down here along this bottom, it should have like marks galore, but it just kind of sort of doesn't. They're just as spotty as up here, because this car's been taken such good care of. This lower molding down here is in awesome shape. Nothing's getting ready to fall off the car. The headlights are in perfect shape. The Porsche logo's in great shape. This whole rubber piece across the front barely has a mark on it. This rubber piece in between the bumper and the hood barely has a mark on it. It's just really something. So I know you Porsche guys are crazy about things, and I really hope that this would not bother you at all, because it shouldn't. And I know the fancy camera probably makes it look a little worse than it does, but hopefully you've got it on it right now, how it really looks, sitting here looking at it. Okay, all right. Now I've already looked at the top of these fenders, and boy, I can't tell you how pretty they are. Both sides of these fenders are just absolutely gorgeous up top. There's barely even a clear coat mark whatsoever. It's really, really something. Seems like our windshield wipers are in great shape. This window doesn't have any cuts in it from old school windshield wipers or anything like that. I'm not really sure what the T is, but we'll get that taken off soon, maybe for turbo, old school, whatever. You could see the top of the dashboard in here. Kind of looks like it was put in yesterday. It's in absolutely outstanding shape all the way across from passenger side to the driver's side. These side mirrors are seen to be in real good shape. Every once in a while I might see one of those little clear coat things that we talked about, but there's no heavy gouges, nobody hit a garage door, nobody did anything bad like that. The glass on both sides, I wiped this glass down because it got some fingerprints on it just before filming. And man, there's not a blemish in this glass on either side of the car. It's not falling apart, it's not a little peeling going on, it's in great shape. I will mention in this, we've got some light scratches from getting in and out of this as well. But they're very, very light, and they're just clear coat, and of course that can be polished out. Okay, looking up on the roof. Same story. Every once in a while I might see a really small fraction of road wear. You see a lot up here, heading this direction. There's a small mark there. Really light ones, folks. Man, I just want to say this is close to perfect up here. You might see it differently, but it's only it's cameras. It's cameras, and it's just like digging in if you can really see it. But folks, it's all very light. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you really couldn't ask for more from an 88 automobile. This whole back glass is in fabulous shape. The rubber around the back glass is in fabulous shape. And let me get a good look at the roof up here as well. Hold on a second. Dust just relentlessly falls on this car like all day. Super small little chip right there. It is smaller than a pinhead. And just every once in a while, I do see those little light clear coat scratches that I'll call them marks. That is nothing. The black is what's mostly, unbelievably important here. We certainly don't want to see chips down into the paint and so on and so forth. Okay. Well, I think I've pretty much, let's look at this back tail. The paint all the way around the edges is in great shape. The grille is in great shape. And this rubber piece has barely any wear to it whatsoever. This is another one of those. Please come see this car. I'm going to stay back here. I'm going to open up the rear. We'll get the engine taken care of. I'll just hold this up for now. Going to see quite a few pictures of this engine at celebritycars.com, hopefully. It's all very original appearing to me, for sure. Okay, I'm going to put this back down, and then I'm going to close this. All right. I'm going to open up the passenger side. And you can actually get a really good look at this interior in here today with the light we've got the car directed. Okay, let's talk. Seat. Here's your wear. I spent a lot of time on the bolsters on the driver's seat. There's a small mark in the main seam. Nothing's getting ready to tear open or anything like that. It just shows that there's been a little bit of getting in and out of this automobile. and this is very, very normal wear and tear. This seat looks awesome. Plenty of moisture left in the leather. Nothing spooky about that. I want to talk about the carpet. The carpet is in great shape. Probably could use a bath, I would think. But other than that, it's in terrific shape. There's no holes in it. I don't see any cigarette, any of this kind of stuff. None of these deals. The buttons here for the seat. Seat works good. I'm making it move, whether you can see that or not. This entire door sill here, all of it, from where you pop the engine to the connecting piece to close the door, for the lock for the door, the sticker, all the way along here is in such good shape. This rubber, you know, obviously there's been some shoes, there's been some pant legs, there's been some stuff getting in and out of this, but man, you can barely see any of it. It's in absolutely terrific shape. This piece of black down here, where the door rests and stuff, it's nice and clean. There's no bubbling, there's no weird stuff going on, and all this is great. I know a lot of you guys care about these things. The inside of the door, if we have any little wear, it's this very minimal wear right here. This is another place where, you know, you're kicking it when you're getting in and out of the car. So just a little light wear right there, but other than that, the rest of this door, the leather, all of it is in beautiful shape. The buttons for the windows are in great shape. Okay. I'm looking in the back seat here. You definitely don't ever want to put anyone. And the seats look great. Okay, I've told you about the top of the dash. Top of the dash looks excellent. I could see all the gauges look terrific. The odometer shows 47,951. Obviously has an aftermarket sound system in here. Once we get this outside and we go for a ride, we'll take another real quick look at all these gauges and such and make sure that everything looks as, you know, obviously out in the sunlight as nice as it does sitting in here. Carpets are all wrapped up, and there seems to be very little wear on these carpets. It's absolutely amazing to be in something like this. Passenger seat, folks, look at it. I don't know if anybody's even ever been in and out of here. I guess they have. I'm sure they have. But folks, wow, amazing condition. I'm going to come over there, look in that door jamb over there, make sure we're not doing anything crazy. Oh. Okay, I see there's a light ding here and here of getting in and out of the car. You know, it was a good shoe kick there, I guess. But it's just a slight ding. Other than that, the rest of this rubber piece here, this piece, all of it down here in the door jamb, all once again, real nice and clean all the way up through the locking mechanism and so on and so forth. Let's play with this seat. This seat's doing things. Yep. Oh, look, it has a heated seat. Whoa. Is that what that is? That's a heated seat over here. Is that same button over on the driver's side? I missed it. All in here, folks. See all this? Man, just awesome. Such a well-kept automobile. We're lucky to have it. Okay, and the passenger side door. Nothing bad to say. Speakers look great. It's a hot little car, folks. All right, what else did I want to look at? I want to pop this hood here. That's bugging the heck out of me. Okay. I'll have to find that. Of course, there's a latch for the gas cap. All right, hopefully it doesn't take me 45 minutes to open this hood. Here we go. It's big. And what do we have here? Is this a front nose cover? It is. Is that a front nose cover? It's for the headlights? I believe that that's what this is. This covers up the nose. No wonder the nose is in such good shape. Sheesh. Okay, in here. Get your fuse panel, which should be all covered up, but come on over here and take a look at it. You see how nice and clean it is. We'll fix all this stuff shortly. Sorry about that. I didn't expect to find that when I opened up this hood. Looks like we've got a couple extra belts, a couple leftover tools, and a tool kit. 911 Turbo owner's manual. Get the look underneath this carpet here a little bit, and you see the spare tire is still tucked up front underneath. Thanks, Quincy. Folks, the rubber all the way around, this stuff looks, I don't know how this stuff still looks so good. Sorry. Wow. Looks terrific. Underneath, everything. Sorry about the messed up carpet. I'll figure that out when we do photos. Okay, that locked up. Oh, I forgot to put that in there. Bummer. Okay, well listen. The next thing that we're going to do that you're going to see on video is either the undercarriage, which I'm pretty sure the undercarriage is going to be shot later. But keep your eyes peeled for an undercarriage video of this, because I know a lot of you are going to be asking for it, that's for sure. And that's quite all right, because we're pretty darn confident in this automobile, to say the least. Okay. Oh, okay, well that doesn't need to be in there. Thank you though. Okay, all right, that's good down, secure. Folks, I don't really have anything else to talk about, but boy, you can sure call us. We've got some Porsche gurus in this place that probably should be doing all this filming and not me, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, give us a call, 702-818-1031. You want to see this go for a lap around the block? Hold on. Well, here we are, folks, inside the 1988 most beautiful Porsche in the whole world. I'm attempting to adjust my seat while I talk to you, and I don't recall or remember how to do it exactly, but maybe I'll just simply leave it the way it is. Oh no, there we go, good. And then down here, excellent. Okay, 1988 Porsche 911 930 Turbo. Yeah, you don't get a whole lot better than this, folks. I'm about to drive it, and this is kind of like, you know, schoolboy's kind of dream and all that kind of stuff. So this is pretty darn cool. The interior, folks, I see not a whole lot wrong with the interior of this car. This is all the black is all one color. I don't see any fading of any kind. Center console is absolutely beautiful. The carpet, the stick shift, the climate controls, everything is just absolutely awesome shape. Boy, this is one of those must see to believes. The clutch is in. I'll turn the key, fire it up. The odometer shows 47,950. The clock is not working. And everything else seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. Clutch out, park brake down, here we go. Got myself into third gear. I'm doing about 40. I'm gonna hit the brakes. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I hit the brakes pretty hard, folks. My front right-hand tire locked up, left a little smoke. We could smell it. It's nice. This is, again, a little tongue-tied here. Steering is nice and firm. Speed bump number 1. No rattles. I just drove a 2021 Porsche over these speed bumps, folks. Felt the exact same way. Wow. Not a squeak, not a rattle, not a ee-oo, nothing. Okay, clutch is out. First gear. And fourth. As you can see, the road is very crappy. But this thing drives just like that 2021 I was just driving, except it's a manual, and except for the steering is a little different. Incredible. Gonna do a tight little cul-de-sac here. I'm down in the second gear. See the smile? Smile is not gonna go anywhere. .5,000 RPM, second gear. I'm gonna go into third, just kind of cruise for a second. My left turn signal. Down into second. And down into first. Foot's on the brake, clutch is in, clutch back out. One more time on the brakes, not as hard. 3, 2, 1. And that front tire locked up again, just a little. Not as noisy and dramatic as it was last time. We were going a little faster. Folks, once again, we encourage pre-purchase inspections. This car is just absolutely amazing. You're one of those Porsche guys looking for an 88 black